Hey there, it's Dr. Wagner again. Tonight we are talking about how to stop your kid from getting so worried at bedtime. So many parents come to me saying their kid is having a hard time going to sleep because they're so worried about something. So I'm gonna tell you a few ways that you can help your kid if this is happening to them. But first of all, let's talk about what causes bedtime anxiety. It can be caused by several things. It can be because your kid is going through some stress during the day. It can be because they have something coming up the next day that they're nervous about. But oftentimes it's just because they are getting so tired that their brain starts to get overwhelmed and their thoughts start racing. They might start worrying about things that could happen at night. Maybe they heard some scary story at school that day and now they're rethinking about monsters under the bed. They do want to go to sleep. Maybe they've seen a movie recently that had some scary parts and now they're worried about those things. Or maybe they're feeling a little bit of separation anxiety. Sometimes when our kids are little it's because they're not used to being away from us. And so they worry at nighttime when they're all alone in their room that something bad is going to happen. Well, I've got 5 solutions for you. First one is establish a calm environment. Sometimes the things in our environment trigger our emotions. So think about your kid's bedroom. Is there anything in that room that might be triggering their emotion? Could be the lights. Sometimes we turn the lights off really quickly. And even though it seems fine to us, for them it's a big change. Their eyes are still adjusting to the light and suddenly it goes completely dark. And it's hard for them to relax. So you might try leaving a dim lamp on. You might try using a nightlight. I'm going to talk about that more here in a minute. You might also look at the sound in the room. Are there any noises in the room that might be concerning for your kid? Maybe you have a fan that turns on or off at certain times. Maybe you have a dog that's barking outside. Maybe there's construction going on, or maybe there's traffic. Well, there's lots of things that we can do to change that environment. We can play some soft music. There's tons of videos on YouTube of just relaxing music for kids to go to sleep to. You could leave that on really quietly. Another thing that you can do is use a white noise machine. White noise machines make kind of a whooshing sound that kind of drowns out other noises, and so it's very comforting for kids. There's actually quite a few studies that show that white noise while sleeping improves sleep quality. 2. Use a security object. Security object is something like a lovey or a stuffed animal or a blanket that your child likes to hold on to when they're going to bed. It could be a certain blanket, it could be a certain pillowcase. Whatever it is, it needs to be something soft and cuddly that your child feels safe and secure with. This can help them feel more comfortable at bedtime and reduce their anxiety. Having this special item to snuggle can be a great way to distract them from their worries and help them drift off to sleep. This is something that you might want to introduce before nap time or bedtime. Don't wait until your child is already anxious and worried to try to hand them this object. There's a lot of different kinds of nightlights, but my favorite nightlight is the ones that have the moon and the stars in them. These are called projector nightlights. I'll put a link down below where you can purchase one. These are the ones that project little stars and the moon onto the ceiling. There's many different kinds that have different colors, but the reason why I like them is because they provide soft, subtle lighting that isn't too bright. It's not harsh. It doesn't feel sterile like some of the other nightlights do. And it provides enough light that the child knows the room. It's not completely dark. They can see enough of the room to know that there's no monster in the closet. But it's not so bright that it stimulates them and makes it hard for them to go to sleep. You'd want to pick a nightlight that has a timer on it, so it will turn off after a certain period of time. And I'd recommend putting the nightlight right next to your child's bed, so that it's easy for them to reach and turn on and off. The 4th thing that you can do to help your child with bedtime anxiety is to teach them some deep breathing techniques. Deep breathing exercises can help reduce physical symptoms of anxiety, such as a faster heartbeat or difficulty breathing. When we breathe deeply, it sends a message to our brain to relax. This is something that you can practice together as a family. Find a quiet space, dim the lights, and practice deep breathing together. Breathe in slowly and deeply, then breathe out and count to 3. You could even get them a little mask like this. That's a breathing mask. This would be a fun way for them to practice their deep breathing. Once your child learns how to do deep breathing, they will be able to do this on their own whenever they feel anxious. This can be very empowering for them because they and feel like they have to call you into their room to help them. They'll be able to do it all on their own. The fifth thing that you can do is offer reassurance. Sometimes our kids just need to know that we are near them and that they are safe. Let your child know that you re close by and that you re there to help them if they need it. You can tell them things like, "I'm right down the hall, I'm just next door," or "I'll be back in just a second." If your child is really struggling, you may need to sit with them for a few minutes until they calm down. But try to avoid picking them up or bringing them into your bed. You want to encourage them to stay in their own bed. If you pick them up, they will learn that the only way they can stop feeling anxious is if they come into your bed. We don't want to teach them that. We want them to learn how to stay in their own beds and calm themselves down. If you're going to sit with your child, stick to a routine that lets them know when it's time to go to sleep. This means brushing teeth, washing face, putting on pajamas, and reading a book. Then, after the book is done, you can say goodnight and go to your own bed. This provides a clear set of expectations and helps your child know what to expect. Let me conclude by saying this. It's normal for children to experience nighttime fears. In fact, it's very normal. It usually stems from separation, anxiety, or an overactive imagination. Create a calm environment with low lighting to help your child relax. If your child still seems scared, try offering a stuffed animal or a blanket for comfort. Consider using a nightlight that projects stars onto the ceiling. Teaching your kids some deep breathing techniques can be super helpful. It's important to reassure your child that you're nearby and available if they need you. Remember, it's perfectly normal for kids to get scared at night. So be patient, stay calm, and help your child work through their fears. Now, I'm going to leave 2 more videos here for you to watch. One is on how to help your child overcome fear of the dark. And the other one is on how to help your child fall asleep faster. Hey, I hope you're enjoying these videos. Please subscribe. Also, if you know someone that can use this information, please share this video with them. And always remember, you can do this. You're a great parent, and I believe in you.